Hi and welcome to this autoemotional.com presentation for a BMW E36. This is in fact the 316i SE model, very popular due to the fact that not only does it have the fantastic Bavarian Motorworks build quality, but of course being the 1.6 it offers fantastic value for money when it comes to economy, parking permits and insurance, so on and so forth. Now that this car is classed as a classic, you can get classic car insurance for just £200 a year. The car's fitted with the front M3 style front bumper with the integrated front fog lights. The car actually has the latest style E36 BMW alloy wheels and is presented in a rather fetching metallic blue-grey combination. The car has had at some point some paint work, but it's all been done rather well and probably needs a bit of a buff up just to get all the shades tied up perfectly, but all in all, start, stops and goes very well. As you can see, the tread on the tyres in very condition. The car is of course coming with tax as well as MOT. You've got the M3 style ring mirrors there. Very rare to find these on a saloon. The shut lines of the car, all very straight for a car of this age. Lots of these 3 Series do tend to get thrashed around, but this one seems quite nice and tidy. You've of course got the complete black interior. This does make a difference on these cars. Sometimes you get the sort of grey leather dash roll and the knee rolls in grey leather as well. So if you ever want to upgrade the seats to a black leather interior, it kind of looks a bit odd. But with the black carpet and charcoal black seats, this one's ready to take on a leather interior, because this car's more than worth doing up slightly. But the seats in this particular vehicle are in excellent condition. There's a tiny split here on the rear seat, but pretty much not visible, of course, doesn't really affect the driving. Even the roof lining, pretty clean and tidy. Backs of the seats haven't been kicked in by the little ones in the rear, but the door cards as well, not flopping, and you've got the shark's fin aerial there, the third integrated brake light in the rear windscreen, as well as the brake light in the rear boot spoiler as well. Need to replace the rear glass if you want her perfect, but it's been patched up quite well. Remember, this is not a brand new vehicle, but these cars are very popular because they just go on, and this one's no exception. Starts absolutely on the button. Good sized boot, very practical for a family, offering space for 4 adults, as well as all the shopping in the rear as well. This one being slightly different in that the colour really does set it off somewhat. You don't tend to find you're driving past many of these 3 Series in this particular hue of green, and with those updated E36 style alloys, the car really is just a tad different. And again, on the rear, the dark charcoal interior in very good condition. Backrest as well as the rear parcel shelf. No real rips and tears barred. Slight nick on the rear seat as shown earlier. Again, the door cards in very good condition. And if you're not keen on these side skirts, you can actually see just slightly below it, you've actually got the original side skirts in there as well. So little bits and bobs can be done on this to make her your own. And you've also got the color-coded door pins, a nice little touch there. Again, all the door cards in very good condition. Stepping into the vehicle, the dashboard illuminates just as it should in that traditional BMW hue of orange. Starts absolutely on the button. You've got the airbag light on this particular model of 3 Series. It's got the 3-spoke power steering with the integrated airbag. Of course, you've got the indicator stalk, and towards the back of that you can see you can adjust the headlight as well as the illumination on the dash there, just dimming it slightly and raising it. Of course, all the warning lights go out as and when necessary. That's of course the light for the front fog lights, of which is operated from the instrument cluster as well as the rear fog lights, and of course you can switch the headlights on and off. Beautiful engine actually, 1.6, but still not slow in the least. This is of course a BMW and really does drive like one. You've also got the Sony flip down CD player there. The CD is a tad temperamental, so I'll consider this a bit of a bonus. Of course the radio operates perfectly and seeks through all your favorite stations. You can of course set it to the memory function.
Come on, girl, come on. Come on, girl, come on. Come on, girl, come on.
Really good, powerful stereo with the D bass, as well as the really good speakers too. So if you're out for a Friday night cruise, it's definitely going to keep you entertained. Of course, you've got all the heating and cooling elements, which, as you can probably hear, work absolutely perfectly, of course, adjusting cold and hot and wherever you desire the air to flow to. Of course, you've got the little clock which is adjustable, and again the fantastic BMW 5-speed gearbox, which works absolutely faultlessly, as does the engine. And of course electric mirrors, electric windows, which, as you can see, is a bit of an Achilles heel on these E36 models, but in this particular vehicle it's absolutely works on perfect, that being the passengers and that being the drivers. So a simple one-touch operation, you don't have to keep your finger on the button, simply press it once and the windows will just extend up and down. The car is actually fitted with electric wing mirror modules, but where we've had the upgrade done to the M3 style saloon wing mirrors, they are adjusted manually. You've also got the little ashtrays up front, as well as the ashtray in the rear there, not really utilized by the individuals driving the vehicle. All in all, it's a fantastic MREG BMW E36 shape 316i SE, so that's the 1.6 litre engine, offering fantastic value for money when it comes to economy as well as insurance, which now you can get classic car insurance on this vehicle for only £200 a year, as well as parking permits and fees, so on and so forth. And really and truly quite a tidy example actually of a much sought after vehicle. Being the SE, of course, you've got those electric windows up front, and you've also got the electric sunroof, which of course works flawlessly. The dark charcoal interior really does make for a pleasant environment to be in when you're sitting cruising along. No real stains to mention, bar the tiniest little split on the rear seat, which of course not only can be rectified, but of course the black door cards and black dash, which if you were to upgrade to a black leather interior, which you can get on this car for about 100 quid now, really does tie in with the vehicle. Of course it's in that fantastic hue of green metallic, and luckily the rain's now started, so I can demonstrate, of course, the wipers do their job as they're supposed to. The vehicle then being offered through autoemotional.com. Very passionate about performance, and this vehicle's really a benchmark for saloon family cars, as well as that prestige badge. You've got the E36 style alloys, the rear boot spoiler, and the fantastic stereo. So any inquiries, please do not hesitate to contact us directly at autoemotional.com for this MREG BMW 316i SE, and we look forward to any of your queries, comments or test drives. Once again, from autoemotional.com, your first choice for vehicle purchasing. We thank you for your time.